You're welcome to New Focus Approach to Mathematics Basic 9. This is the revised edition, and we are continuing the series on vectors. Now, based on what we did previously, we saw that if we add all vectors and we come back to the original place of where we started, then the sum of all the vectors should be equal to 0. So what it means is that AB plus BC plus CD plus DA, everything should sum up to 0. That is one key thing about parallelogram law of vectors. Then again, we want to also say that with parallelogram, we always have opposite sides being equal. So the side here and the side here are equal. The two sides here, this also equal. What it means also is that two sides are always parallel. So I can say this and this are parallel and that. Now, based on this concept of parity and two opposite sides being equal, we can use it to solve series of questions as far as vectors are concerned. So let's take example and see. Let's say I give you this question. PQRS is a parallelogram whose vertices are this, 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 and that. We want to find PQ, we want to find SR. Then hence we want to find the value of X and Y. Now what happens here is that if I have this particular diagram drawn this way, and I label it P, Q, R, S. Okay, according to the question, I should find PQ. So PQ direction go like this, and I should find SR. SR also goes that way. Okay, so for us to find PQ, we know that PQ, based on the triangular law of vectors, it can be expressed as OQ minus OP. You remember this one? Good. So per the question we have Q to be 5, 7. And then OP, according to the question, is XY. So when I simplify this, I'm going to have 5 minus X and then 7 minus Y. And that is the vector PQ. I'm done with vector PQ. Okay. Then I'm supposed to find XR. So my XR can be calculated as SR is equals to OR minus OX. Now, what is my OR? According to the question, R is 2, 4, and S is 1, 3. Now, when I simplify this, I'm going to have 1 neg 1. Okay, 1 positive 1. So now we also know that after knowing the SR to be 1, 1, we know that if this parallelogram, then the two sides here ought to be the same. So that means PQ should be equal to SR. Now we know PQ to be 5 neg 4 neg X, or 5 minus X, and then 7 minus Y. And then we know our SR to be 1, 1. So if we say two vectors are equal, then the S components are the same, then the Y components are also the same. That means 5 minus X should be equal to 1, which means S is equal to 4. Then again, 7 minus Y should be equal to 1. That means Y is equal to 6. So the question wants us to find the value of X and Y. The value of X and Y is 4 and 6 respectively. I'm sure this is clear now. Let's take another example and see. Let's have the vertices. The vertices of parallelogram A, B, C, D are given as 1, 1, 5, neg 1, X, Y, and then D, 4, 7. So you must always draw the parallelogram, okay, and you label it according to the way you want, but it must flow in the same direction. So if I go A and I put B here, I can put C here, I can put D here. Okay, now according to the question, we have to just find the values of X and Y. And so we have to create our own vectors. Okay, so we can say, okay, let's find vector AB and let's find vector DC. So if I say AB, then I'm going to say AB, which can be generated as OB minus OA. So what is my OB in the question? B is 5, -1. A is 1, 1. When I simplify this, I'm going to have 5 minus 1 is 4. -1 minus 1 is -2. So I have this. Then I have to find DC. And DC also will give me OC rather first, minus OD. And you shouldn't interchange them. If you make it OD before OC, it will be wrong. It's always the second comes first and then the first comes second. Now OC, according to the question, is XY. And OD is 4, 3. So when we simplify this, we are going to have DC being equal to X minus 4, Y minus 3. So this is our answer for DC. Now, we know that in parallelogram, again, these two lines are equal. And so we can say that line AB is equals to, or vector AB is equals to DC. So if that is true, then we can say our AB being 4, -2 will be equal to our DC being X minus 4, Y minus 3. Again, if the two vectors are equal, then their X component should be equal, Y component should be equal. So 4 equals X minus 4. Making X the subject, I'll have X is equal to 8. Then let me come here. Again, -2 also should be equal to Y minus 3. And making Y the subject, Y will be equal to 1. So the values of X and Y are 8 and 1 respectively. I'm sure this has helped you understand the parallelogram law of vectors. Thanks so much for watching.